Like I have said many times, though in the English language, I want to be on time and I don't want to be late, both means the same. Your subconscious does not understand negative assertions. It only understands positive assertions. I want to be on time, your subconscious understands. I don't want to be late. Negative assertion, it doesn't understand. I want to love all. I don't want to hate any. In English means the same. But to the subconscious it does not mean the same. Similarly, I want to achieve this is a positive assertion. I want to get away from here is not a positive assertion. Sometimes the way we set goals is, I don't want this. When I say I don't want this, then anything is other than this. And anything is not a choice. This thing is a choice. So I want this is not equal to I don't want this. Both are not the same. So sometimes when my entire aspiration, thinking it's a dominant thought, is there's only one thing I'm very clear. I don't want this. I want to get away from this. I want to run away from this. I want freedom from this relationship. I want liberation from this geography. I don't. Setting a goal of what you want to leave behind is not equal to where you want to reach. So sometimes we think that we have set goals, but they have a negative connotation to it because the dominant thought here is what you want to leave and not what you want to embrace. So it's very important that your dominant thinking is your destination that you want to reach in the future and not something that you want to leave behind in your past. If you don't get that right, and to the subconscious, I repeat again and again, because a lot of our communication style itself is to negate the negative. I don't want to be angry is a negative assertion. I want to be the master of my emotions under all circumstances is a positive assertion. Both do not mean the same. I don't want the aches and pains I have seen my parents go through is a negative assertion. I want to be super fit. I want to be healthy. I want to be in a state of peak dynamism is a positive assertion. Both are not the same. I don't want any more fight in the marriage is different from I want the most beautiful part of my life to be my marriage. I don't want anything from you anymore is different from I'm only thinking what I can do for you from now onwards. Both are not the same. In English, both are the same. You are essentially trying to say, Appa, you have done enough for me. I don't want anything from you. Now I'm only thinking what I can do. You're thinking. But your communication is, I don't want anything from you anymore. Language-wise, both mean the same. But a negative assertion creates a conscious understanding which is only 1/8 of your mind. But it does not create a subconscious affirmation which is 7/8 of your mind. And 7/8 of your mind, if it has to affirm itself, it has to be a positive assertion. It cannot be a negative assertion. Be careful about how you are thinking. Get that right. Don't think negative is a negative assertion. Don't negative. Minus minus is plus. Language wise, it only creates a 1/8 understanding. That's all. Even if I fail, it is okay. but I want to do this in life. Enth? But this is what you're thinking. For a lot of us, and the easiest way, we have not reached that stage where all of you can observe your own thoughts. So observe your language. In fact, sometimes even if you can't talk to people, simply write. Write a false letter and tear it. It's okay. Write a letter. You're really upset with somebody and you want to tell them, but you don't feel like telling them because it will hurt them. So how do you know how you're thinking? Write a letter. In fact, one of them criticized what Dale Carnegie wrote so much. Dale Carnegie was very, very angry. But he didn't want his image to be disturbed because he's written an extraordinary book. So he wrote a letter which was so nasty. Criticizing, condemning, and everything about the entire person. And he read it himself and he felt so bad. Can I be such a bad person? This is how I'm thinking, is it? Tore it into the husband. And then he wrote a second letter. Somehow it was a lot more mild. It was critical. And then he tore that. Then he realized, because you criticized and antagonized me only, I tried to write this letter, and because of this only I understood there is so much nastiness in me which I was not aware of. So I think I should express gratitude to the person who introduced me to my nastiness and wrote a letter thanking. 2 letters ago it was all this thing, thanking that you showed me how nasty I am and this thing. And then he read the entire thing and then he said, must be a very beautiful person who did not mind speaking her mind. So it's not enough I express gratitude. I think I should appreciate the person for being so open-minded and truthful in the expression and decided to thank, and eventually got married to that woman. Letter after letter after letter. Of nothing else happened. His own thoughts got transformed to a point. Anger eventually became love, and then he became curious. I think I should see the person. And finally they got married. So don't write too many letters. Okay. But sometimes you may have to write to see, gee, is this how I am thinking? It introduces you to you. So negative assertions are not equal to positive assertions. Negative assertions creates a grammatical understanding of your language in the conscious mind. Positive assertion alone guides your subconscious. So you have to learn to think. I'm glad now